Well, we are back. Can you hear yourself?
I think so.
Ooh,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good.
All right.
I may fade back and we'll have to adjust.
Yeah, no, it sounds different because we changed the set and now we're back and I'm like,
what have I done?
Slightly different. It throws me off. But we're back for another episode of Two Straws. We're in the studio today, not live, because I was at the fights live. But it would have been cool to do a live stream, maybe for the next one. What's the next pay-per-view?
Is it Noche? Is that?
Is it Noche? We had a fun Noche party last year.
Oh, it was outside, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it looked so trippy because the wind was blowing when they were doing all the weird, like, Noche stories.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because you were on mushrooms. Everybody else in that arena.
That was the end. That was going to be the end of my statement.
Sorry.
They had the Noche movies, and the wind was blowing, and I was on mushrooms. So, allegedly.
The combo was...
It was a fun
electric
combo. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, the next pay-per-view is going to be Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier in
Nolans for his retirement fight.
Yeah, so that'd be a fun one to live stream.
That'd be a fun one to do mushrooms on, too.
Yeah.
I mean, mushrooms make everything better. Unless you take too much, and then it's a tough night. I've had experiences that way, too.
Can you cook with mushrooms? Can you do like a mushroom gumbo?
I'm sure you can.
Make it like Nyland style.
You want to dose everyone?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Big old pot of drugs. There you go.
Medicine, Angela. Medicine.
Mushrooms. Try not to poop yourself. Yeah, that'd be fun. But UFC 317 was crazy. It was International Fight Week, so I got to go out there and get my 50 times peed in a cup jacket.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I was up there with a bunch of other folk, Moreno and Alex Perez and Strickland.
Oh, your friend? Your homie.
My bestie, apparently. They sat us right next to each other, so we had to chat the whole time.
How's he doing?
He's good.
Good for him.
Yeah. As soon as we got off the stage, he was complaining about not being able to use the hard R on Instagram. But until we got off the stage, he was a gentleman.
I thought we just got cleared to start using it.
On Instagram?
On everywhere.
I think
I saw it posted on Instagram. The R word is back.
No, the hard R and the N word.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
You're using it.
No, I thought you meant
Get
the
off
R.
of my show.
I thought you meant the R word.
No, the hard R.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Instead of the soft A, which is okay amongst many cultures.
Oh, no. We were talking about two different things.
Yeah, we were totally in different wavelengths.
Wow.
Yeah, so until we got off the stage, he was a perfect gentleman. But definitely the most popular fighter on the stage to have peed in a cup 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very excited young man.
Good for him.
Yeah, they definitely wanted to get golden showered on by Strickland while he was up there. They were just begging for it. Yeah, I got to do that. I did like a little signing, meet and greet. Oh, you would have loved it. I did a 12 Crimes meet and greet thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, with the Snoop Dogg wine thing and the Martha Stewart and all those guys. So
was it a red blend?
Yeah, they had.
Is that what he does? He does a blend.
They had a nice cab. It was some guy that I don't know who he is. It's probably some old gangster or something. But it was some guy's face on it, some old white guy, and it was a nice cab. I was like, oh, Jess might like this one.
I might.
Yeah, she might be into it.
I might.
Yeah. So we would take a photo with the fans and then have a little taster afterwards.
You got to drink on the job too?
I don't know if I was supposed to, but
fuck that.
I had a little wine shot with a few fans.
Hey, good for you.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I met like so many Two Straws fans.
Stop it.
They're out there.
You guys.
They exist. Not just on YouTube, in the wild. It was so cool.
That's so exciting.
And it's so sad. I was just like, wait, which podcast?
Rude.
They're like, oh, I love your podcast. And I was like
I do many.
The Joe Rogan one. Because usually people, when they say something about a podcast, they're like, oh, I saw your podcast with Joe Rogan and it's so cool about your grandparents and the aliens. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't say shit about my grandparents on the podcast. You're a liar.
Just people put things together the way they want to.
Now,
they connect dots.
It's like the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of people remember me talking about it on the podcast, but really he just posted it in the caption talking about us, even though we didn't get to talk about it. I kind of dropped the ball because I didn't really know much about Joe Rogan when I did the podcast, and everyone was like, oh, you got to talk about aliens, you got to talk about your grandfather. I'm like, okay, and the conversation never went there. But then at the end I was like, oh yeah, everyone told me to tell you about my grandfather. It's Barney Hill. And he was like, oh my God.
Next time.
Yeah,
you did like the girlfriend leave something behind so you get a call back.
Did.
Yeah, it's a good girl.
Oh, have you seen my scarf?
Oh my God, it's right here.
My alien
I'm gonna
scarf.
swing by later.
Oh, and everyone loved my shorts too. That was the other comment I got a lot. They're like, I'm so proud of you for getting those custom shorts.
Oh, I was like, your skirt? That was cute.
My skirt was cute. But
that was adorable.
They were talking about the Instagram because, so guys, I'll fill you in. It was AI.
A joke. It was a good one. It was a very good one.
So I thought people would get it because so many people were pissed off about the Khalil Roundtree shorts. Like,
why were they pissed?
I'll scroll the comments sometimes, and when I saw the shorts, I was like, "Oh, those are cool," because it had like sake on it, like the Muay Thai
I thought it was
tattoo
cool.
and stuff. I thought it was really tasteful too. So I would look at the comments to see how it was received, and a lot of people were like, "Why is he getting shorts? Everyone's getting shorts. That's like this is fucked up. Like Usman doesn't have shorts, Jamal Hill doesn't have shorts, but he has shorts," and like people were kind of outraged.
But the
design was awesome. It was very fitting to his brand. So I was like, all right, we'll do our own shorts and see if that gets any love or hate. And I hashtagged rage bait. And I thought people would pick up on that because so many people were enraged by Khalil's shorts, and nobody did. They were just like, oh, those are cool. Lame. Well, IG loved them.
Yes, I saw that.
IG loved the shorts. Twitter, not so much.
You know, they are totally different places, different countries, different, it's
different cultures.
Yes, completely.
Yes.
Not surprising at all.
No, not at all. They followed suit. But International Fight Week was really cool. There were a lot of fighters there, and I got to go to the fights too.
Heck yeah.
No +1 though.
What?
No +1.
You didn't get a +1. He flew and then drove home all that way to not be a +1.
Yeah.
Poor Adam.
I know. He was simply a bodyguard that weekend. Walking around.
Waiting outside.
Holding my purse.
The venue, holding your purse, waiting for you.
Taking photos.
Oh, poor guy. What a guy. Poor guy, but what a guy.
Standing 2 hours while I signed photos. Making sure no one grabs too tight. Grabs the wrong thing. It's like, back is okay. Side, all right. Let it slide. But then sometimes, they get a little
they like slow down just a little bit on the way out. Just on the way out, though. Like they'll be behaving, and then on the way out, they just...
Because they got their photo.
They just brush it.
They got their photo already.
Yeah.
They're out of there. But no, everyone was very respectful, very, very kind. And it's really cool to be able to do stuff like that because I always fight in a fucking Apex. So I never get to see the fans. And
hey, at least
I finally did. Yeah. I'm fucking grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my contract.
Hey, so we can announce it.
Yeah.
Officially.
You guys are officially stuck with me for a handful of more fights, and I'll be fighting August 9th against Yasmin Lucendo. Let's fucking go. And if you comment on the picture, maybe Venom will gift me with a pair of shorts. Say nice things.
I'm putting in a request. Get me a windbreaker.
Yeah. Ooh, a little crop windbreaker. A crop
cute.
jersey, like our Energy ones. That would be really cute.
So
with
cute.
that pattern. Well, the fights were insane.
Ay, 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 mi amor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're not going to sing the Marina part? I feel like that's about me.
Mi morena. Ay, 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 ay.
I'm too cortisone, aren't I?
Oh.
I kind of want to look up the lyrics. What's
It's right here. It's right here.
Ooh.
Canción del Mariachi.
Yes. Well, that is a good song. Like, at first, when he walked out to it, I was like, that's corny. Everyone walks out to that. But
that's a feel it song.
Yeah, no. It's like, to be like fucking like from where they have the run of bulls, the bull run or whatever.
Runs.
Yeah, and he's running through everything. Like it is pretty cool.
It's
like,
a vibe.
It's pretty cool. It's a vibe. Yeah. So that fight was insane. Did it go the way that you thought it would?
Yes, it did.
I mean, my heart bet was with Charles.
But
Oliveira.
you knew.
And I had a glimpse of hope in the scramble. I was like, he's not too hurt. He might be able to do something. He might take the back. But yeah, it's Ilia Topuria is so good. And I think the only question mark people had was, would his size be a factor? Because he does look like a short guy. He's a short king. You know?
Yeah, everybody commenting, trolling him this week about his lifts that he was wearing.
Oh, no.
I know, it was all over the place.
I didn't see that.
I saw it.
What were they saying?
Because I was sitting at home watching the fight, so I was scrolling. No, they had a picture like zoomed in of him in like man heels.
Nice.
Yes. Leave him alone. He can knock you out.
It's cultural. That's the style. In the cage, he's barefoot, so doesn't need lifts there.
He lifts you up with his punches.
Yeah. So that was the only question mark I think anyone who gave Charles a chance had. Is like, we know he also cuts a lot of weight. We know he's going to be big. We know it's going to be a new weight class. There might be some growing pains fitting into it, but he fit in perfectly. It was like a glove.
Yeah, he had been complaining about that weight cut for quite a while, and I think his body just wanted to be bigger. And he looked well grown into the division on his first fight in.
Yeah, he looked the same size. It was like the comparison we do, the highball glass versus the rocks glass.
Yeah. Yeah, and his power transferred as well. I mean, the combination he landed and floored poor Oliveira, that was just impressive, and it was just as powerful as him in the featherweight division.
Yeah, it was insane. But there were other things that got me just really scared for anyone else who's gonna try to game plan.
How so?
Him. Like Oliveira, he got double underhooks. He had the elbows high. He was in a perfect position to get the takedown. He went for it, and then Topuria was just able to step over him. Mm-hmm. I was like, no.
No, I know.
No, it was perfect, and you just ruined his plans. He has like a really, he's just really knowledgeable on the ground, and even though he doesn't show it often, it looked like he was trying to set up like a crucifix on top. Like he was attacking. He wasn't just defending on the ground. And then when they stood up, you could tell that he just smelled blood.
I think we have only seen glimpses of the well-roundedness that Ilia Topuria is.
That's the scary part.
It is scary.
It's like the only people who actually know how good he is everywhere are his coaches and teammates. The people he beats up.
Yeah.
And the way he's talking in the press conference, it sounds like they're not having a great time training with him. Like, he's like, I know where I went and I do my sparring rounds. I believe in myself because of those rounds. I'm like, you're fucking everyone up, aren't you?
Yes. He flies them in and sends them home with a care package.
Poor guys.
I hope they get paid well.
At least they can smile and hug him when he wins. Like
exactly.
That's the consolation prize of getting beat up every day by your training partner.
You want to be on the good side.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. He'll kick you some some new shoes or something.
Swag from Fight Week. That's the least he could do.
Oh man, maybe buy you a car or something.
One would hope.
Yeah, so that fight, it was the perfect fight for Ilia Topuria, but I don't think a lot of people expected him to just snuff Oliveira out that quickly. And I think now that he's done that, a lot of people are having the conversation of, is he the GOAT yet? Is he like pound for pound number one?
I don't think so. I have that. I had that conversation the other day with some people at the gym, and like honestly, he is absolutely incredible. But his path to the title, I don't think he's earned that yet. Just with the people that he's fought. But I think him at 155 in this championship position, I think we're going to see him blossom into that pound for pound top.
And who do you think he needs to fight in order to get there fastest?
It's not Patty Pillman, that's for sure.
But it's probably going to be the next one.
No, Dana said he doesn't like it at all. He said that should have never happened.
Well, he shouldn't have been in the bathroom. Why you go to the bathroom?
He was gone. He was out.
Why he go to the bathroom
He was
at
like,
that
my
moment?
night is over.
Like, I'm out. I got to beat the rush. Well, everyone, to Dana's credit, everyone was leaving. Like, anyone who's a fighter is trying to get out of there before people, like, turn around and notice that you're a fighter. And they're like, I'm going to get a photo. So Dana's probably rushing out for the same reason. He's probably the most famous face in UFC right now. Mm-hmm. And as we were all leaving, I see Patty run across the walkway and walk into the cage, and he just like kind of gets called up. And I felt like it was Joe Rogan's fault, right? Like
everybody is blaming Joe Rogan, but I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, because
I'm pretty sure.
What's the name? Topuria was like, "Oh, there's a guy whose back always hurts, and he said when he's supposed to show up, he says his back hurts, he doesn't show up, and everyone's thinking, oh yeah, Armin, he would." And Joe Rogan goes, "Oh, Patty Pimblett." We're like, what?
No.
When did his back hurt?
No, not that guy.
It was his ankle. What are you talking about, Joe? And then Topuria's like, fuck it. Yeah, he's right there. Like, I'm bring him in. And it did. I think they sold that fight more than any other matchup.
I mean, I think they did, and I think it's very appealing. I don't think that is going to solidify his name in the pound for pound rankings. But it is entertaining.
Yeah.
No, it's entertaining. He's going to get paid. He's going to knock him out. He's going to get to hit somebody that he doesn't like. He spoke very graciously about how, like, his feelings about Oliveira as a human being, as a fighter, as an opponent. And he said that, he didn't like that he liked Oliveira so much and respected him so much, and all that kind of stuff.
So humble Topuria is.
It was nice to get a glimpse of that, because everybody sees this like brash kind of cocky persona that he has.
I do think it's the Spanish in him.
It might be. I
like
mean,
the
he's
European
fiery. He's
in him,
very
like
Latin and fiery.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I feel like as a person from Spain might consider him a bit mild. Like a little too polite and respectful.
Spice that up.
Yeah. He toned down the Spanish just so we can like him a little bit.
No, he's growing on me.
Yeah.
Especially just the build up for this fight. I mean, and it would be really bad form to be the heel versus Oliveira, because he's beloved amongst the fans. He's so likable. So it would be really a bad angle to approach the fight with. So
yeah. It was a good read on his part, but definitely. I also think I don't think Topuria has a script, and that's the other reason why he's growing on me. Like, I feel like he just says what he feels. I like when they ask him about the pound for pound thing. He's like, I don't care about that ranking.
I appreciate that. He's definitely growing on me.
Yeah. He's just here to make money and fight people, and not even make money, just to prove that he's the best. He already has money. He's just here to do violent things against people. Maybe win the approval of his father. I don't know. Does he have daddy issues?
He might.
We all do.
Don't we all? Don't we all? I always say that the female fighters, it's like you could have gone either to the cage or to the pole. Like there's some sort of like familial issues there. And men, it's like a similar but different kind of thing.
What is it, like the cage or jail?
Yes, exactly. No, yes.
The cage or rehab? Some people do all three.
I mean, prime example, we have Dumas, who didn't make it to the fight this weekend.
Dumas?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
He had the ankle monitor.
Oh, Cedricus.
Yes.
Yes, Cedricus. What happened, bro?
Bro, that is so unfortunate.
When I signed my new contract, I was reading through the code of conduct.
Oh, was it updated?
I mean, maybe his is altered.
His was already signed, so there was a gray area.
Definitely does not want you to get arrested or commit crimes. That's not part of the code of conduct. I'm like, interesting. So that fight was insane. The walkout was just like you could feel the energy in the room. When Charles Oliveira walks out, he walks into the cage as like the crescendo of the song that he was playing hits, and it's weird because it was like one of those Portuguese songs, but it has like it's a live version, so the crowd is singing in the song. But then as he walks into the cage, the crowd joins, the real crowd joins in, and then it's just like it was like a really weird, like magical kind of walk in. Nice. It was really cool. And then of course we already talked about Ilya's.
Ay, mi corazón.
Yeah, that one's pretty epic.
Pretty epic.
It was a pretty epic main event. And to end like that too. Like I think MMA is one of those sports where like you don't need to drag it out. Like people would like pay Mike Tyson to make the fight longer just because it's like, hey, people are here to see a Mike Tyson fight. They don't want you to knock him out in the first 10 seconds. In MMA, you do that, everyone's like, yes! We love you.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah, let's go home.
As much as we wanted to be here and see this, we also want to get our party on. So
yeah.
Especially in Vegas.
Yes, dude, people were lit by the time he got in there. There was one guy, so the co-main was also really crazy. There were a few lulls in action, but just because Pantoja's control is insane. But there was a guy behind me, and he kept screaming, "What a bunch of sissies!"
Excuse me, sir.
He didn't drop the F-bomb. I was surprised, but he didn't drop the F-bomb. But he kept calling them sissies. And then as soon as the round was over, he'd go, "Oh, nice butt, ring card girl."
This fucking guy.
This guy. I hope you watch Two Straws so you can be shamed by me.
Shame on you.
We are not impressed with your bigotry and sexism. And also,
I feel like they should just come up with something new.
Well, I was more offended that he didn't like the ring card girl's butt. He said, "Too big for my liking."
What? Sir. Excuse you. That is false, untrue, offensive, very disappointing.
Yeah, because if that girl sat her ass on his lap, he
would fucking love it.
Get off. It's too much.
He would start.
There's too much booty in the pants. Like, get out of here. You're not impressing anyone. But he sounded very drunk, so I didn't turn around.
It's always hard. It's always hard. You always want
like my veins are popping out of my forearm. I'm like, oh.
No, I know. I've been there.
Bitch. Yeah. I was by myself. If I had my +1, maybe I'd be a little more brave.
One always is.
Do my little eye roll.
Excuse you. Don't even need to say the words. Your eyes just do it.
Yes, I love doing that. I love giving people the judgmental stare at fights.
Oh, me
Makes
too.
them think twice about what they said.
I got a judgmental head shake the other day.
Oh, what'd you do?
I didn't think I deserved it.
What did you do?
I'm still kind of thinking about this. I'm kind of stewing on it. I'm like, why am I the asshole in this situation? I need to know. You guys tell me, okay? So I'm leaving the beach. I gotta get home. I got to get changed. I got to get Grace, and we're going to go meet our girl Edith for a little happy hour girl time.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to get out of there, and it's like a narrow street, and I pull up behind this car who's like about to turn, and these are like side streets. So the blinker's on, and it just stopped, and it keeps stopping. So I give it a little,
polite beep. Yeah.
It wasn't like a
yeah,
it was like, just like, hey, what's
beep.
going on? And just like sits there. And I'm just like, I put up my hands and I'm like, what's going on? And then they turn their hazards on. And I was like,
thank you. Communication.
I was like, okay, cool. So I have to like reverse. I have to wait for the cars to pass and go. And as I'm going, this guy just looks at me. He's like,
what?
Like, why? Why was I the asshole?
I think that he was just being annoying. That's a normal reaction to do the polite beep. Like Adam would have been like, bah! And then like swiveled around him, flipping him off the entire, he does his like bottom lip thing.
And I'm driving.
Fucking cut. Yeah, like that was a very polite version of what I usually see when someone does something like that.
I was like, why am I the asshole in this situation? Why do I get the head shake? Why do I get the head shake? It was one short honk.
What did he look like?
White dude.
Did he look like
trucker
teacher
hat?
age?
And no, he was in a big truck.
Ah, was he like your age or older, younger?
Plus or minus. I don't know.
Interesting. Because the head shake always makes me feel like they're your elder.
I'm like, why am I being scolded?
I mean, you do look younger. He probably thought you were a young, what do you call it? Impatient college student.
Maybe.
Trying to get to your
college
next.
student.
Yeah. Oh, trying to get to you wearing your OnlyFans shirt. He's like, I bet she's going to go turn a trick right now. Stupid child.
Rude and a whore.
Yeah.
Classless.
Oh, yeah. He was just judging what you looked like.
I was in a bikini top.
Oh, there you
from
go.
the beach.
There you go. We've solved it.
Maybe.
Stupid whore. That's what the head shake means.
I don't know. I didn't think it was something deserving of that. It's been actually bothering me a little bit.
I think you should let it go.
Just doing the math.
He obviously has other issues with his truck and his hazard lights on, taking up all the space. The truck also makes me mad for you because that's like 1.5 cars space that he was taking up.
It's big.
Yeah. But we digress.
Yes,
the
as usual.
co-main did not look like a pair of sissies to me. They look like very manly men fighting to the death. And Pantoja was just on Kai Kara-France the entire time. He didn't give him an inch to breathe.
And you know what? Kai Kara-France had a really nice jab going, like in the first minute or two of the first round. It looked really good. It did. He was sticking and moving, and he was keeping it really long and pronounced. And Pantoja like really didn't have any like defense in it, but what he did was he just bulldozed over. He like timed it as it was coming back and just got in, got the takedown, and just he forced the grappling superiority onto Kai Kara-France.
Yeah. There was a moment of just like fuck on Kai Kara's face when he was caught on the ground in the first round. And then in the second round, there was a bit of hope for him. He wasn't taken down. He was able to scramble a bit in the clinch positions and able to just like stand with them. But Pantoja was still landing a lot in that round, kind of dictating the pace. And then the third, right back to it. It's kind of like you tricked him.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't have the most beautiful striking, but just the intensity
is heavy.
The volume, it looks
kicks
heavy.
are heavy.
Those kicks were turning Kai Kara-France.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did a great job. He let everybody know why he's the champ, and craziness because now Van, who just fought Royval, the #1 contender, is stepping up, and he's going to be Pantoja's next opponent.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This kid just fast-tracked, just bypassed the whole top 10 ranking, and then some.
And Dana wonders why Patty Pimlet's jumping in the cage. Like, is this a new thing?
It's
because he was sitting on the sidelines waiting to be called in.
Well, I think he was invited to be called in.
Well,
he was in the queue.
Yes, he was in the queue. He fought. They were like, hey, don't get on the shuttle. Come back and sit there so we can point the camera at you. And then they invited him in. But this is like a new thing. Like, we saw that happen with Kayla and Amanda Nunes. And I guess that's when we found out, okay, this is the fight that's going to be made. But I don't know if there was a conversation before that or not. And then tonight, I'm sure there was a conversation, because usually after you fight, they don't let you back in the arena.
You're gone.
But he was able to come back in. Tracy Cortez was back in there too. So I'm like, what's going on
Maybe it's just the pay-per-view stuff.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more like leeway.
There's a lot of security during pay-per-views and a lot of fighters, so maybe it's a little easier to navigate, as opposed to when you have less security and everyone's gonna swarm the one guy who they just saw knock someone out.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, but yeah, Van was definitely invited in, and then they brought him in, and they're like, "This is the next fight." Usually they take until Tuesday. They'll usually debate a little bit, figure it out, but they were just like, "No, this is it.
This is it. This is the kid."
What do you think that says about the state of the flyweight division? Is it just too much of the same?
It's too much
matchups?
of the same thing. Yes, I completely think you like hit it on the head with that. Everybody has fought everybody. It's a bit incestuous at this point.
They're all Eskimo brothers.
They are. They have all fought each other multiple times. The MMA math is just like the family tree is just crazy right now.
Yeah, it's like that that meme with all the numbers floating around the chick's head.
Yes,
I think it's like a Brazilian.
That's what's
meme or
happening.
something.
Yeah.
That's the MMA math of the flyweight division. And then Van just destroys all that. He's just like the wild card that comes in and nulls everyone else. It's crazy.
What we're seeing is it is an entertainment sport, not just a sport. It's entertainment.
Oh, you mean like a WWE?
A bit ish, WWE ish. It's just they're trying to find. We don't have the Conor McGregors. We just lost the Jones.
I know.
Yes, I know. So they're just looking for the next, the next story, the next big thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has the personality to sustain that, but he definitely has a story.
Well, I love his personality. He is so like blue collar, just like just nothing. He's not trying to be witty or be cocky or anything.
Well, he's in his early 20s. He doesn't know who he is yet.
He's just like you may be the best right now, but you never fought Joshua Van. And I'm like, that's a great line.
You're adorable.
It's true. He speaks the truth. He has never fought him. How can you get mad at that? It's like perfect way to talk shit without talking shit. He's just like, this is a statement. And everyone's like, yo. Like, the crowd went crazy when he said that. They're just like, put it on a t-shirt. Everyone was loving it.
He's adorable. It's a really cool story. It's very exciting. I'm not mad about it shaking up the flyweight division.
Yeah, and I think they keep trying to do things to make the flyweight division exciting. And it's because of people like the guy behind me calling them sissies because one guy's on their back. That's why they see these little guys and they're like, oh, yes, there's little guys. I can beat that guy up. And I'm like, try.
Please, I'd love to see that.
Love to see you try it. But there's something about the smaller guys that doesn't speak to the casual fan. But Joshua Van had the entire crowd. Well, Royval too, because you need a willing dance partner.
It takes two, and they both put it on the line.
Dude, that fight was so sick.
So good, I watched it twice.
Like, I was squinting because I didn't want to miss a second of it, like, live, Like, if you pause to go from the cage to the screen to see what's happening, you miss, like, 5 punches. Like, seriously, it's like, oh, shit, what happened? I missed it again. You know, it was so fast, and they were just like moving in the pocket, throwing punches in bunches. Like Van was just sitting on the counter so hard, and then Royval didn't give a fuck. Like he was getting folded in half like a chair, and he just bounced back up like that clown you can't knock over. You know what I mean?
Fuck that guy.
That weight, that bottom weighted clown,
And then you hit him harder, and he comes back and smacks you.
Jab, jab, you know, like that. He didn't care. He just kept coming forward. And that's why it was such an amazing fight, because Royval was in there until that final moment. And like, he was trying for the knees. He saw an opening, but unfortunately in that third round, the knee got him caught. And like the crowd, oh my God, like, I think they were louder for that fight than they were for the Topuria fight. But when he was on top of him, throwing punches, ending strong, people were standing up, freaking out. It's like, for a fight to go to decision and you have that type of reaction, it's amazing. It was really amazing. So I think that could be a fight of the year contender. I have to go back through all the other fight of the year contenders to, like, you know, make sure it's not just because I just saw it. But that fight was awesome.
It's fresh in your mind, like the judges' decisions.
Yeah. Oh, man. Don't get me started on PFL. God damn.
We could talk about that, too.
Yeah, let's talk about, let's get through the main real quick. What did you think of Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano?
You know what? It surprised me how much Moicano gassed himself out.
Oh, did you hear that Royval got his win money?
Yes, I did.
That was
which I think is amazing.
Cool. Yeah, that goes to show you, like, people just want to see good fights. Like, that's the main goal of the UFC right now. They want to see good fights. So win or lose, just put it all out there, and you might have yourself a career. But yeah, Dariush Moicano.
So it surprised me that Moicano gassed himself out the way that he did. It was a really strong first round. He had Beneil Dariush hurt, and he just kind of punched himself out. And then Beneil just started chipping away, coming back. And Moicano just looked increasingly slower and more winded and labored as the fight went on. So it did not go the way I thought it would, but it was impressive. Dariush coming back off such a long layoff. They were initially supposed to fight at 311. Was it that we were at? When Moicano got the opportunity to step up and fight for the title. It was just, it was a good win for Dariush. And I think that, you know, the time off served him well, and it puts him right back in the mix with the division.
Yeah, and I don't know what it looked like from your point of view, but I felt like Moicano could have won that. Like, it seemed like a really close fight, and I wasn't sure if something like, you know how the classic, like, Chito Vera fights, where one guy is landing a lot of volume, but then he'll land something that just wobbles the guy really hard, and the judges give him that round because it was the biggest moment. I felt like in a Dariush Moicano fight, you could see that there was a big power difference. Like, Moicano was gassed, he was like trying to charge up, but then when he would hit, it would get a big reaction from Dariush, but then he would just kind of like weather it and then come back and do something and, you know, kind of dictate the pace. So I don't know what did it look like from your point of view.
Again, I think we're going back to like the optics of things, and I think the optics looked like Moicano just was kind of drowning and trying to pull himself. Yeah. Okay. And it didn't look good. So even though he was still in the fight, it was still competitive. He was still doing work. It just did not look great.
Okay. Interesting.
That's how I saw it.
No, it's how the judges saw it too. I was just curious because all three judges scored the same. So I was wondering if it looked that close from home. And yeah, that's one thing you can't really see is like the facial expressions. You can see the body language a little bit, but it's not as clear in the stands it is at home, which is why watching at home is the best view.
It is.
It really is.
You don't have to go from the big screen to the cage because you really want to look at the cage, but it's way better view, and you get to hear a little bit more perspective as far as like what the commentary is seeing, the information they're giving. It just gives a little bit more insight because they have such a crazy view. They can feel the energy, they can hear the sounds, they can see a little bit more than we can.
And they talk to the guys too, so they know what they're trying to do versus what's happening. And they'll be like, well, he wanted to throw more kicks, but he's getting punched in the face. So it's like, oh, interesting. Like, he's sticking to the game plan, but also getting punched in the face. Anyway, Peyton Talbott versus Felipe Lima too. That one was a good one. We called KO, but I think he got a little close every now and then. But what I was most impressed with was just how rounded out his game was.
They gave him somebody that was not as strong and seasoned of a fighter. I think that the previous step up at 311, when he fought Brazilian Barcelos was his name.
Yeah.
When he fought Barcelos, I think Barcelos was just a little bit too seasoned for him, and I think they brought the experience level back down.
Yeah,
and I think that helped.
And and that's what I say about protecting these young talents. You're not protecting them from people like them, you know?
Yeah.
You're protecting them from these seasoned vets who can figure out ways to just get you tired, and
experience plays a huge part.
Yeah, that's my whole game right now.
Girl.
Like, I'm like, please try to hit me so I can duck under and like get your legs or push you up against the fence, and I'll throw some knees on your legs, and then you'll be like, oh, she just pushed me up against the fence. But then, that's how you tire out these young kids out, and then when they try to do things that they got there doing, it doesn't come out as sharp and as fast because it takes a lot out of you. So he took a lot from that lesson, I felt like, and his grappling was really good looking in this, be it like Barcelos is probably a more seasoned, better grappler, but you still saw a lot of reversals. You saw Peyton Talbott looking comfortable in there. And a lot of people are commenting on the position he was really comfortable in. He gave a little smile to the crowd when he hit that strawweight 69. Hey.
Yeah, he was all smiles in that cage. It was funny.
Very cute. Very cute. So good for him. He's back in the win column and excited to see what's next for him. I think they should give him someone else to knock out.
Yeah, I mean, and
let
again,
him get his confidence back. You know?
He is a product of the Contender Series, so it's one of those people that they want to cultivate. They want to keep him exciting and learning and growing at a pace that is more sustainable to him.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of fights on the prelims I want to just mention real quick. Dude, I got to the arena when Hermansson versus Gregory Rodrigues happened, and oh my God, like everyone's just having a good time watching the fight, chatting it up, and then bam, out of nowhere, it was so nasty.
And people were really upset about this. Rodrigues, everybody was saying that Rodrigues shouldn't have followed up. But I mean, the argument is that is the ref's responsibility.
I mean, was anyone mad at Ilya when he followed up?
No.
Oliveira was very much asleep before that last punch landed.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but he's a little guy, so nobody's mad at him.
It's not as devastating.
It's the big RoboCops that people want to get mad at. I think more people were mad at, well, at least backstage, more people were mad at Herb for not getting there fast enough. Herb was all the way across the cage, and then
maybe some sativa instead of some downers that she's been smoking.
Herb pulls oh shit! He pulls the Gumby run, and slides over there, and gets there right before that last punch lands. He was. I mean, in his defense, it was fast.
It was fast.
Like it happened very fast, and then Rodrigues kind of held his hand up like he wasn't gonna throw it, like that Khalil Roundtree clip where he goes, then the ref steps in. So maybe Herb thought he had a couple extra seconds.
He's like, he's a nice guy. He's not going to do it. Oh.
It's like, no, he was just loading up. He was just loading up as much as possible before he brought the hammer down.
You need to know your fighters. You need to know who you're reffing. That man is not pulling.
He did not go on a spiritual journey to Thailand.
No.
His name is RoboCop. He knocks out people with half of his face hanging off. That's his whole thing. Quit. No. Yeah, that fight was pretty nasty, and I think a lot of people had Hermansson being able to eke that one out. But yeah, Herb, you need to get your pumps on, your Nike pumps or something, so you get in there faster.
Stay awake. It was early in the night too.
It was.
We weren't tired yet.
Yeah. Dude, another one that gave me the good feels was Terrence McKinney with that crazy minute fight.
Dude, to put Borshchev away like that, nobody has been able to really submit him.
He's not even the guy who submitted him.
I know.
Yeah. It was controversial.
I mean, he's so durable. He's one of these seasoned guys that just tough as nails, and just there's no quit in him. And Terrence McKinney made it look easy.
I mean, it didn't look that easy because once he had the guillotine in, he thrashed with every muscle in his body, Slava did, in order to get. He was chucking, jiving, he was seizing, he was doing everything to try to get a little bit of space and to unlock McKinney's legs that were
doing everything but fight the hands.
I mean, his hands were locked down.
They weren't.
They were kind of locked down here, and he couldn't get up there. Mounted guillotine. Once you get in there deep, it's there's very
hard.
little you can do.
Really hard.
It's you can get to the hips, but you can't get to the hands. The weight is trapped underneath the body. But yeah, it was a really slick transition too. He went for a Darce or something, right? Went Darce to guillotine, and then just rolled him over the top, locked the legs. It was really cool to see. And it was I think he was trying to do that Marab / Volkanovski escape.
Yeah, but they were pushing off the hips.
I think so.
They were using their hands.
Also, they don't have a neck.
Fair point. Very different body types.
You can't have a neck if you're going to get out of it. It's like when I try to guillotine Wilson Hayes, the same thing happens. My arm just slips off.
He's also,
like a bar of soap.
Very large body compared to yours.
There's nothing to grip. It's all neck and head. There's nothing in between.
No, well, his trap's also protected.
Oh, yeah. The trap's like a funnel. It's like a slope.
It's almost like a turtle shell.
No way to hold on to that thing. Yeah, so good job, Terrence McKinney, getting in and out record time. And then Tracy Cortez back in the win column, too.
She looked really good against Viviana Araujo. She just looked like she was fighting like a cat. Just getting top position. Top position. Putting Araujo on her back. She looked sharp in the striking, sharp in the grappling. Definitely moving up on the rankings on that. Yeah.
And Araujo was ranked pretty high too, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was she?
Why can't I find? I've been trying to pull up rankings the whole freaking time. Which side are you on?
I always do the Wikipedia because it has all of them in one page, so you can just.
It keeps wanting to direct me to that. I just wanted the UFC ones.
So Araujo is ranked number 8. And Cortez is ranked number 10. So now she gets that top 10 position. It's like when you're 10, you're kind of there, but it still feels like you can get pushed out at any second. Now she gets to get nice and comfortable at that number 8 position. And we'll see who she gets next. And did you catch her post-fight speech? I keep hearing about it, but I didn't get to listen to it.
She spoke in Spanish to her fans. That were going through a difficult time with the state.
Arizona?
With the state of just what's going on with.
I thought you were talking about an actual state.
No.
It was Arizona, though, right?
She does her camp in Arizona.
Okay.
But she was just, speaking to her people who are having challenging times right now.
Is it the ice thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I wore my I drink tequila straight shirt. Cause fuck ice. Get it?
I like ice in my coffee. It's actually pretty nice because it's so hot in here.
Oh yeah, it's pretty hot in here. It's pretty hot
sweating.
in here. But I do like to get fucked up with the lukewarm stuff every now and then. Yeah, so that was cool of her to kind of speak out about something that was close to home that she felt strongly about. And I wonder if we get that fight that we called for. We wanted to see Tracy Cortez versus Maycee Barber.
I now want to see her fight Eileen Perez.
Really?
Because all the trash talking since UFC 311.
What have they been? But she's a different weight class, right? Isn't she 35?
Yes, but I bet she could cut.
Or
I want to see that one.
I bet Tracy can make it 35.
Exactly.
Girl, grow your hair out, get extensions. Fight Eileen Perez at 135.
I want to do that one.
A comfortable camp.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think that maybe we could do a catch weight, meet in the middle.
It would sell.
Yeah.
Put it on Noche.
Yeah.
She did say in her post-fight presser that she really wanted to get on that card.
Oh.
I mean, and when you think of like all the people that they could put on Noche, you think that a Tracy Cortez would be a good fit for that.
That would be fun if they tried to make that fight happen. I bet she wouldn't mind not having to cut weight for someone who she feels strongly about fighting. You know, I think as long as the person isn't like a huge towering person, then you don't feel as, I guess, at a disadvantage being the person who fights as small.
Definitely.
Because Eileen Perez, she's missed weight at 135. So she's a big girl. She's going to be a little bit bigger than Tracy, even though Tracy is pretty big as well. So that would be fun. That would be fun. But if that does not happen, any calls?
We could do, what about Blanchfield?
Yeah, what's she up to?
She was just supposed to fight Maycee Barber. That didn't end up happening, so she's in the queue. She could definitely make that Noche night. I feel like that would be a really good matchup, Cortez and Blanchfield.
And like Cortez, she has that big following too, so people don't mind fighting down when you have that. It's like that bargaining chip, you know?
Yeah.
You might not get as much accolades by the ranking makers, but you get more fans.
I mean, or like, what about Alexa Grasso? What about Manon? You know, she just had this kind of, big win. She's number 10. I feel like everybody above her, she's either fought or, I mean, Maycee Barber would be good, but we can't rely on her with her health and what's going on with her. So I feel like Erin Blatchfield, Grasso, Manon, I feel like those would be a great jump up for her.
Yeah, I'd like to see that Grasso one too. I think that'd be fun. She was there. Everybody and their mama was there that night. But yeah, she was definitely there watching the action, and maybe she was scoping it out too.
Maybe.
So we had a couple other finishes, but was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Oh, like my links.
Yeah.
We have, we already talked about Dumas and the ankle monitor, him not being able to make his fight night because he couldn't get the judge to sign off on it, which is really unfortunate.
Can you imagine cutting weight in an ankle monitor?
I mean,
could you even make it to fight week with an ankle monitor? Like,
no, you can't leave. You cannot leave.
That thing would be beeping on the plane. Like, sorry, you're not gonna get through security.
Yeah, I want to know where his manager was in negotiations,
right?
And why didn't he check with the judge first?
Yeah, that should have been the first thing. Like, hey, he can sign the contract, but he has an ankle monitor.
This is not one of those situations where it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
No.
We do permission first on this one.
Yeah, you signed a contract, man. Like, quit fucking up. It is crazy. What else you got?
Did you see this? You saw this. I know you did. Strickland and Chris Curtis stormed the cage at, I believe it was Tough Enough, which was also in Vegas this weekend, right? Yeah, it had to be. So they stormed the cage after this fighter started taunting him during the fight. And then after he won, he submitted his opponent by guillotine and was just taunting the whole time.
Yeah.
And Strickland and Curtis, just as soon as the cage doors opened, they charged him.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if Chris Curtis was trying to protect him or from Sean, or was he trying to fight him too? I think first Chris was like, I'm going to get in his face. And then he saw Sean Strickland throw a punch over his shoulder. And he's like, oh, shit, let me protect him because we're about to go to jail.
And the Vegas Athletic Commission.
Maybe you can get away with punching
does
somebody.
Not mess around.
But
not me.
Chris is like, I don't trust my chances of getting out of this.
So he got to this guy first.
Yeah.
It looks like he put a little tie plum on him, clinched him, said some words, and then probably stiff-armed Strickland. Yeah. And kept his friend out of jail. It's so nice that their friendship seems to be repaired. Look at them.
I don't know, man.
Well, I'm just in.
No, it does. Like, I saw a picture of them, like, training together on Nick Six's page, too. So it does seem like they've rekindled feelings for one another. Maybe they've realized they have difference in opinions, and it's okay. They can still exist and train together. But, yeah. Strickland is very much still himself.
Yes, he is.
The guy who was taunting them, his name is Luis Hernandez, and he's 6-0. I would love to see, like, now that we're doing this whole WWE arc where there's backstories and we're selling fights because of the drama, I would love to see him get a Contender Series fight. I would love to see it. He's been finishing everyone, and he's not just fighting chumps. His last two fights were good people, a 2-0 guy and then a 7-1 guy. So, I think he's earned his shot to try and beat up someone on Contender Series, get a finish, do a little taunting, maybe another person from Syndicate. Like, hey, we can make that happen and make it a whole thing.
Well, Tough Enough is one of these organizations that are definitely like a feeder to the Contender Series.
Yes.
They primarily work on cultivating new and upcoming talent. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, I am officially a matchmaker and looking for new talent in cultivating new fighters. Oh, sorry. Did I veer away?
You got too saucy.
Sorry.
Like, I'm officially. It was like, what is she?
Call me Matchmaker.
Hey, what promotion?
For Roy Engelbrecht, which I've fought for him a couple of times early in my career in the early 2000s. He does OC fights or SoCal fights.
SoCal fights. Okay. Nice.
Yes. Yeah, they're based up in like Irvine area, Costa Mesa.
Cool.
And so I'll be in charge of putting a few fights per card till I get my feet wet.
Yeah.
Figure out if it's a good fit. So yeah, super exciting.
Nice. When's your first gig?
I don't have the official date, but sometime mid-August.
Ooh, fun. Yes. Well, we know lots of people who need fights.
Exactly.
The problem is finding the opponents for said people.
Oh, that's my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be doing a press release.
Ooh.
An announcement officially.
Wow.
Hopefully on Monday or Tuesday.
Are you going to use one of your real estate agent photo shoot pictures?
So I have 3. I have 2 headshots from real estate, and then I have one from when I was like doing commentary for one of the cards.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know which one they're picking. I have a favorite. I should have just sent them one.
Yeah, you should have sent them one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know the vibe. I wanted it to fit in, but yes, I have 2 real estate headshots.
Oh man, it's gonna be the one of you hip throwing me dressed as Kamala.
I still have to post those.
So good.
They are so good.
Oh man. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Can't wait to see that. And is there like a weight class that you're working with, or is it just anyone who can get a fight? Oh, is it amateur, pro?
So I've actually, when we had a meeting previously, I talked to him about doing some amateur fights just to like beef it up. But then you have to, I feel like it's just kind of a situation where they don't want to deal with camo because camo is
two different.
It's
what do you call it?
Commissions or
commissions,
organizations, and you have to pay towards them. But I told them like, it would be a good opportunity also to just like get those people in the stable, get them fights. And it's also, yes, you have to pay it like a licensing fee and stuff like that, but it's kind of cheaper in the long run.
Yeah, because you have those people who, are going to sell tickets once they go pro.
Exactly.
You have the hometown guy.
Exactly. Have
it's
them build
big,
up that fan base.
Night.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
So he was open to it. Look at me giving ideas.
I know.
Such a
the smartest
woman.
person in the room.
So smart. So yeah, super exciting. Mostly just being able to, cultivate and find new talent. LA, San Diego, mostly Orange County, but of course I will open that door for, people of my choice.
Yeah.
Because why not use the position?
Hey, DM Jess if you want to fight. Now's your time. Slide into DMs. No dick pics.
Oh, don't do that.
Unless they're really impressive.
Don't do
then she'll get you a fight.
Then I'll show them everyone. You've been warned.
She'll show the promoter. Look at this. He can fight good.
I'll also show your parents. Don't do it.
This fighter's a bit cocky.
Good one.
Oh man. Well, anything else that popped up on your radar? I feel like I had a list of things.
Yes, I do too. So we know that Jake Paul fought this weekend. There was a boxing card that was going on. And I did not see the fights at all, but what I did see was a clip of Jake Paul in the post-fight presser, and he was bringing up his first opponent, Ben Askren. And we know that Ben Askren has been having some health issues. He's been hospitalized. And Jake Paul actually pulled at my heartstrings on this one. He said that, of course, he threw shade to the UFC and other promoters, saying that I can't believe nobody is stepping up and helping financially. We don't know that to be true or not be true. But he said that he just feels like he needs to step in and help whichever way he can. So if that is true, that's very much appreciated. I mean, it's a serious situation, and all jokes aside, and whether you like somebody or don't like somebody, I think it's awesome that he wants to step up and is actually at least bringing attention to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The cynic in me, though, always thinks it's a play.
I hear you.
Because I know that Dana has helped just about everyone.
He
who's
really
been
is. Yeah.
horribly injured in some kind of way or freak accident or something. Like there was a time where a guy, someone had a GoFundMe, and a friend of mine hit me up and was like, hey, I know every now and then stuff like this Dana helps out with. Do you think you could mention it to him? And I'm like, all right, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll definitely send it to him. And he sent 10 grand to GoFundMe. So there's always, I don't think a lot of people, I think Dana's the type that will help without saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna do press about it or anything. He's just gonna help out. But Jake Paul will use it as leverage, and that's the only thing that just kind of rubs me the wrong way about it. But
that's why I said that. Because we know how generous Dana is. He actually is a philanthropist. He really does care. He has a big heart. Yeah,
he has a soft spot for just freak accidents and just people ending up in really shitty situations. And a lot of times he'll give to a cause and just not mention anything about it. But yeah, I like part of me is just like he's using it as a way to get under the skin, as a way to like use this talking point. In the same way it felt like, okay, great, Jake Paul's talking about fighter pay, but I don't feel like he's talking about it for the right reasons. You know what I mean?
No, I hear what you're saying
Remember,
about that, for
like,
sure.
when that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But good for him. If he, like, he says he feels like he should do something, which is the other reason that I'm like, well, then fucking do something. Like, why are you talking about feeling like doing something?
We'll see what he does.
Do it, and then I will be very much impressed by you if you do something about it, you know?
Yes.
But doing a press conference and saying you feel like you should do something because nobody else is kind of sounds more like you're going to wait for someone else to do something.
I don't know. You have to watch the video. It sounded a little bit more than that.
No, I watched it, and
okay.
and that's what he's like. I feel like I should do something, blah blah. And maybe it's just the way he speaks. Like maybe he just said it in a way that just seems like a dumb kid, you know.
Well,
but,
I hope he does. I mean, we all know he has the means.
Yeah, he has the means. So I just hope that if he's gonna say something like that, he backs it up and he actually does it instead of just feeling like he should.
I do too. There was another weird one. So it said for UFC 317, we lost a fight. Christopher Ewart versus Jackson McVeigh is off, and it was because Ewart was 10 pounds overweight and has been cut from the promotion. Per the weigh-in show.
I had no idea.
Yes,
this was happening.
Yeah, so he was. This was supposed to be his debut. He came in 10 pounds over and was promptly cut. Do you think that is fair? And yes. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know if this was like a super short notice fight or what this was. It kind of sounds like that's a possibility.
Okay.
But it's kind of crazy to me that you would take a fight that you signed on the dotted line, you had time to prepare for, and come in 10 over unless something was really, really wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to see what that happened. But he also had a canceled bout in June 28th in the UFC, then a canceled bout in August 12th in Contender Series. So yeah, it looks like he's just a habitual fucker-upper of his weight. Like, yeah. Well, actually, no. The Contender Series fight was canceled because he got signed to the UFC.
Yeah.
But before that, there was a weight cut issue, and he had a canceled bout in June. So
I don't know if it was super short notice.
I don't know. I think it's just a
Okay, so hold on. So, the meter does many things commented 4 days notice, and dude initially agreed to a 195 catch weight that they denied him when he landed in Vegas. Bullshit move on UFC's part. So I guess it was really short notice.
A commission thing. Like maybe
it
the
could have been.
Said,
yeah.
No, we can't do this weight class. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That's really weird. And yeah.
It's really sad because if, a lot of people get into the UFC on short notices, they stay ready because they know that there is that likelihood that a fight is going to fall through, and they're going to have an opportunity to, get one and then, potentially, get a contract through that. This is very typical. So it's sad that he lost that opportunity.
So who said bullshit move by the UFC? That was the fighter?
No, that was the guy who commented.
Oh. Who's that?
That was the meter does many things.
Oh. How does he know? Who is he?
I don't know. Some people are saying that too. It's
okay.
Like the consensus is that it was 4 days short notice.
Okay.
That's what many of the comments have said.
And what I would say is don't sign that contract if you can't make the weight. But if they did promise him a catch weight and then change their mind at the last minute, what do you expect to happen? Like there's no way I can say I'm going to fight 115 next week and then show up and they say, hey, 105. And I'm like,
shit.
I'll make it.
Another comment on that thread said, dude took a boxing match at 225 less than a month ago, and you guys expected him to make 185 in 5 days notice. They should have, and that's a management thing too. You should have waited for the Contender Series fight.
Yeah. It does say that he had weight cut issues. Oh wait, no, that's this fight. Okay, I'm stupid.
No, you're not. Don't say that about yourself.
I'm like, why is it put there? Why is it put beforehand? Okay, we got to the bottom of it. He has an unconfirmed bout scheduled for August 12th, so he's gonna get his chance against Yuri Panfirov.
That's if they didn't knock him off of that.
No, it's on Contender Series.
Do you think they'll still let him do it?
Why would they take him off of a UFC fight to fight on Contender Series, and then not let him do the Contender Series fight?
Maybe they
I think this is the solution. He's
okay.
Not fighting in June in the UFC because he's gonna fight in a couple of weeks on Contender Series.
Okay.
Unconfirmed. This is all Tapology, so
hi,
who's to say if they're right or wrong? But I think that makes sense. Like, they're going to give him a chance to actually make weight and fight someone.
I hope so. I hope that that's not the last opportunity he gets.
Yeah. Because this guy he's 7-0 right now.
Finisher? Is he a finisher?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He knocks him out.
Hey,
he knocks them all out.
The best kind of finisher.
Only the last guy he fought, he didn't knock out. So it's definitely someone they want in there. I think they just decided that was he needs to show that he's got
hopefully,
the stuff.
I'm just glad that they're not holding it against him.
Yeah, no, I think that that was like a rage bait kind of article where it's just like, Brad, this is what happened, and really behind the scenes they already figured out a solution.
Well, it perked my ears up.
Yeah,
so good job.
Yeah.
You know what else is perking my ears up? Next week's UFC Fight Night: Lewis versus Teixeira.
What's perking your ears up the most?
Seeing Derek Lewis in his fight promotion the whole week.
Oh, man.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
Possible Shamu.
Yes. Angry Shamu.
If he knocks out Textiera. Now, this is a tough fight, but this is also the type of person that Derek Lewis does well against, you know?
Yes.
One of these new, undefeated, hot new toy in the heavyweight division. Here is Derek Lewis, someone who just presents all sorts of problems for you and can stand right up whenever he wants. Who you got on this one?
You know, I'm gonna root for Derek Lewis in this one. Of course, I have to go back and watch some footage on Teixeira, but if I remember correctly, he's not a grappler. He's just a knockout guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Am I
remember
wrong?
what his Tafa knockout looked like, but I don't remember.
Spectacular.
But it was really short, so it'll be an easy. It's gonna be some easy tape to watch. All of his fights are first round finishes, except for one modified rules kickboxing fight, which I won't be watching. But all the rest of them is
perfect.
It's like all his fights combined are 1 round. It's a 5-minute highlight reel, but it's the full fight.
Must be nice.
All 7 fights. So yeah, that'll be a fun little one to peruse, and maybe we got a new superstar with this Textiera guy, but he's main eventing already. It's only his 2nd UFC fight.
I mean, the heavyweight division
That's crazy.
Is by far the fastest, the quickest path to victory, because it's always kind of a coin toss, to be honest. Like, one of you is going to knock the other out.
Yeah, and a knockout over Justin Tafa in 35 seconds is a good way to get a main event in the heavyweight division.
Great way to make people take notice.
Yeah, like, oh, we'll watch that. We'll wait around for that.
Perfect.
We also have Wonder Boy fighting Gabriel Bonfim.
Going with Thompson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This one is what is really exciting me. Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia.
Okay.
This is going to be a stand-up fight, and it is going to be fun. Garcia, I really like Kattar, but Garcia is just mean.
He is.
He is so mean. And I think this is going to be a bloody mess of a fight, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, he fights a little longer than Cater, but if Calvin gets him in the pocket, like we're not sure what Garcia looks like in there. He also can fight short though. Like I know his inboxing is really nice. Like he lands heavy punches on the inside. So yeah, it's one of these like new blood. Even though he's 33, it's new blood coming into the featherweight division. And Cater, there's just so much tape on him, so many 5-round fights. Like there's a lot for him to kind of digest and figure out openings for. So yeah, this is gonna be a tough one.
And we have our boy Nate Landwehr.
Hey,
and he is taking on Morgan Charrier.
Morgan Charrier. Morgan Charrier. I don't know why I say like a Brazilian speaking French, but
it reads more French.
Yeah, yes. Morgan Charrier.
Oui.
Oui. Yeah, he's fighting Nate Landwehr. I got Nate for this one. I think I feel like this Morgan guy, he's
been impressive.
Is impressive against people who don't have that dog in him.
They got that dog in him.
He is like 100%. He's a mix. He's a pit bull Rottweiler mix. A little bit of boxer. He's definitely gonna get in his face, take his hardest hits, and keep coming forward. And Morgan's still kind of learning. You know, he's still kind of fresh in there. And that Nathaniel Wood fight, I thought that he was gonna be a little too much for him, and he was just out veteraned him, scored more on the feet, was able to like dictate the pace. And yeah, I'm sure he learned a lot from that fight, but I think Nate Landwehr just is able to do that with pressure.
Mm-hmm. And his back's up against the wall a little bit, and we know that Nate does really well when he needs to pull a win out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see. It's they're getting teed up to see who gets to move on to the next spot. So that'll be a fun one to watch too.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, yeah, we got a lot of other fights. Petrino's back versus Juan Lane. I'm not sure who he is.
Oh. We'll find out on Saturday.
Do a little bit of research, you know. Okay. He got knocked out by Pinto. Got a decision versus Robelis. And he got knocked out by Janana Denise. Did you see that thing?
The hot air balloon?
I had no idea how crazy this guy
He is a thrill seeker.
Janana Denise had an MMA fight in a hot air balloon that was shaped like an MMA cage.
Yes. Yes,
I can't, like, I'm trying to make the sentence make sense.
It doesn't. It sounds like a made-up Pixar movie.
It was crazy. They're like in their fight shorts with parachutes on, and they're fighting each other in midair. I'm like, what if a gust of wind picks up right as he throws a high kick? Like,
it could be a catastrophe.
Dude, like, you can't flying anything. Like nothing's spinning. You'll propeller right out of the thing.
No, we're going to the ground for sure. I don't want to lean up against the fence.
Yeah, even that's
I don't want to
scary.
sway anything. I just really need it to like be on the ground, and then I want to be on the ground again.
That was terrifying. So he said in his post-fight presser that they're thinking of something that's even crazier than that.
No.
What do you think it could be?
No, I can't. I'm too old to be this terrified. My adrenal glands are just shot. I can't.
Well, we talked about like the Torpedo League, the Deep End Fitness stuff, and how terrifying that was. Maybe it's like an underwater.
No,
MMA fight.
He said that he's been skydiving for like 5 years. So I feel like it's going to be like they jump out of a plane and fight each other and then like pull their parachutes at the last second.
What if you knock him out?
I know.
What if he knocks the guy out and then he falls to his death unconscious?
I know.
No,
I know. I can't even think about this. I can't even think about it right now.
Maybe it'll be
I'm going to be up all night thinking about this.
Maybe it'll be like the buddy fight thing. There'll be the parachute guy on the back, and he's watching you fight. And then if you get knocked out, he'll pull the tab for you.
Oh, like tandem? It just seems like, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to
what if you accidentally knock out the buddy guy instead? Like if he slips the punch, you knock out the buddy guy, and then he has the only access to the string.
I know.
You gotta make it safe, man. Like Janata, don't die doing something.
Don't do it. We like watching you fight.
Gram.
You seem like a great guy.
Yeah.
Just stay safe, please. Stay on the ground.
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, he just got a big win, opening up 317 too. So good for him. Let's hope he keeps it on the ground, literally for his next one. Dude, all right. Well, I'm good. I need sleep.
Yeah, I'm tired.
So tired.
I didn't do much today, but I am tired.
Dude, I'm exhausted. There's so much. Like the whole social battery thing is so true.
Yeah, I know.
Like my social battery has been on E since I got off of the plane in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like my driver was very nice. And it took a lot out of me.
Oh, it was a chatty driver.
Oh, he was so nice.
Chatty.
Oh, so chatty, so fun. And I'm like, I wish I could tip him, but then he's gonna go and do that to someone else.
Oh.
No, I just didn't have money. I wanted to tip him, but then I was also like, maybe it's for the best.
We got Venmo.
No, he didn't have Venmo. Well, it's the black car drivers that they pick you up in, the little sign. Yes. Yeah, they don't let them Venmo. I even texted them. I was like, hey, can I Venmo him? And they were like, oh, we've never been asked that before.
What?
Yeah, right?
Cheapies.
I know. They don't want him to, but yeah, he was fine. They said gratuity was included, so it's fine. But long story short, I was exhausted. And then you did meet and greets, and you meet a lot of people, and it was awesome being able to meet all those fans. But I was so happy to get home to my plants, my dog.
Yes.
None of which speak English.
Or at all.
I don't know. That Butcher will talk to me. Butcher has some catchphrases and little sayings that he does. Those songs he'll sing me. But yeah, I got all of them when I picked him up today. So
he just threw them all at you, and now he's tired.
He
was so excited he wore himself out.
Yeah, he's exhausted too. So we're gonna have a nice chill week. Only training, only grinding, and get right back on it.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been another Two Straws. Make sure you become a member, and you can win this T-shirt or something else that nobody claimed. Do you not want our stuff? You don't want UFC socks? Like, dude, if I had this at UFC-esque, people would be trampling each other to get this stuff. So if you become a member, we're going to do our giveaway. One lucky member is going to get something, and we'll send it to you if you send us an address, guys, who won last time. Still waiting. The offer is still there. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, become a member, like and comment. Help us grow our channel. It's been growing, and we thank you guys for watching.
It's been pretty amazing, guys. Thank you so much.
So we'll see you next time.
Bye.